few feet away. "You are my only son, so you will do this for our family." "No," Slade replied. "I won't. And I think we both know that I'm not your only son, so don't try to sell me that bullshit." It was technically true. Slade was Gavin's only legitimate son, but everyone knew there were a few other siblings floating around. Gavin growled and grabbed the front of Slade's shirt, then hauled him off the ground like he was tossing an empty cup into the air. "You will. That is a command from your alpha." They stayed like that for a moment, and I had to give Slade props. Even I would have looked away before he did. When Gavin was sure his son was properly cowed, he set him down and took a step back. "You have 2 months. Slade made a show of smoothing out the front of his worn leather jacket and rolling his shoulders, then lifted his head to meet his father's gaze. 2 months? To do the impossible?" He laughed. "Clearly your age is getting to you. You're a strong wolf, an outstanding specimen and prime example of our species. You are pleasing to the female eye. I've seen the way they look at you. This shouldn't be that hard a task." An outstanding specimen. Gavin sounded just like my father. We weren't their children. We were brood stock used to improve the herd. Poor Slade was getting the same ultimatum I'd just gotten. I might have felt sorry for him if I didn't hate him so much. "You're forgetting about the blood that runs through my veins, sir. Blood the other packs in the Coalition view as unclean, unworthy. It's about time that changed. It's time to show them how worthy we can be. And how do you suggest doing that? There are exactly 5 girls of claiming age, none of which would consent to be in the same room as me, much less be claimed. You are your mother's son," Gavin said. My hearing was superhuman even in human form. But my eyesight was another matter entirely. It was a running joke among my family. The only nearsighted wolf in history. But even though I couldn't see the exact details of Gavin's face, I'd bet the bastard was wearing a big, fat grin. "Be as charming as she could be. On the rare occasion she wanted to." Slade's heartbeat quickened, and he held his breath as Gavin turned and strolled back into the house. After his father was gone, he let out an enraged howl and slammed his fist into the tree behind him. Once, twice, 3 times, and I could smell the blood. I rolled my eyes. "Seriously?" I called out. "What did that tree ever do to you?" His head snapped up. He knew exactly where to look. We'd spent endless hours up in this tree when we were younger. Until he turned into a dick like his father, anyway. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" He stalked across his yard and propelled himself over the wooden fence between our 2 properties. You had to admire his bravery. Technically, he was stomping around uninvited on another pack's territory. Then again, stupid little details like that had never bothered Slade McAlister. "Duh," I said as he reached the bottom of the tree. I settled on the edge of the small porch and dangled my legs over the side. Swinging them back and forth, I added, "I'm sitting in a tree." "You were spying on me?" He glared up at me, tightening his fists, and I couldn't help noticing that his nose still twitched when he was angry. It had been years since we'd spoken. I saw him at school once in a while, saw him coming and going at home from afar, but we hadn't had a conversation since the start of 7th grade. "Get over yourself, McAlister. You're not that interesting." "Careful, princess. We're dangerous. You should probably watch yourself." I snorted. "Watch myself? Why? Are you gonna come up here and get me?" Silence. "What's the matter? Oh, that's right. You've got a thing about heights nowadays, don't you?" It was mean, and a part of me felt bad about ribbing him. I didn't know exactly what had done it, but the rumor was that it involved his father and happened a few weeks after we'd stopped talking. Ever since then, it had been kind of a joke in the wolf community. The badass son of the even bigger badass alpha. Afraid of heights. It had eaten up some of his street cred, and he'd done double time trying to make up for it. Slade was bad.